Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So today's episode is brought to you by Copart, and we are off to Newbury today to take a look at a car that is coming up next week in the auction. We're going to give you some information that will help you to make an informed decision. So off we go. So welcome to Copart Newbury, site of the former Greenham Common, but now one of Copart's sites down in the south. And today we've come to see a little guy behind me. Let's take a look at the car that we've come to see today, which happens to be a Lamborghini Huracan Performante. So welcome to this special video where we're going to be talking about this bad guy here. This is a Huracan, a Lamborghini Huracan. This is the Performante model. So that's 632 brake horsepower with a top speed of 201 miles an hour and a 0 to 60 of 2.9 seconds. Okay, so let's take a look at this car in more detail. So the car has got a number of optional extras in this vehicle. Looking at the front now, I know those who are looking at this car perhaps to know what the damage is. We'll come to that in a second. But the front here, we've got a carbon diffuser at the front here. The front lip here is all carbon fiber. Then of course you've got the standard radiator mounts, intake grills here at the front, all absolutely fine. Now this car does have a clear bra on it, so you can probably see this mark here, but that's because that's where the clear bra has lifted. But in terms of the actual paintwork, it's absolutely fine. Now the clear bra goes all over the front and also covers the whole of the front wing as well, so it's well protected from that point of view. So the new owner won't have much to do in terms of keeping that maintained. Wheels, we've got 20-inch wheels here, sitting on some lovely sets of Pirelli P0s. Tires are in pretty good condition, but that's just me saying that. And of course you've got carbon fiber brake disc here as well, which you would come to expect on a vehicle like this. Now you can tell that this is the Performante model because you've got the Italian flag at the side here and Performante in there, obviously. In terms of the damage at the back, let's take a look at that. It's very clear that it is this rear panel here. Now the good thing about the Lambos, the Huracans, is that this panel here comes off. You can actually unbolt this from the vehicle and replace it, meaning that the damage on this vehicle is quite superficial. And you can see in here that you've got a broken rear crash bar, etc. But again, don't take my word for it. This is just me giving you a preliminary overview of the damage of the vehicle. You'll have to buy the car and obviously take a look at it in more detail. So everything that I'm telling you here as a disclaimer is just literally what I can see. There may be more damage or there may be less damage. You won't know that until you strip the car down. In terms of the back, you've got this lovely well fin here, which is typical of a Performante model, which is carbon fiber. There is a little bit of damage on that, but that would be repairable. And then that is it from a damage point of view. All the damage is on the offside rear. In terms of the near side, there is a little bit of damage on the bottom there, so the rear diffuser has some damage, so that will obviously need to be taken care of as well. But in terms of the engine bay, that is in perfect condition. But so yeah, rear bumper, a little bit of damage here, so that will be needed to be looked at as well. But other than that, it is in really good condition for a car, and it drives, as you saw in the video. It certainly moves okay. Inside the vehicle follows the same theme as the outside. So here on the air intake, we've got forged composite air ducts, and that forged composite material follows the theme inside the vehicle as well. The seats are Alcantara leather, and they're in excellent condition. This car was probably hardly ever driven and has probably been a garage queen for most of its life, which you would expect a vehicle like this to be. Right, let's take a look at the center console. Okay, so the dashboard here is a piece of, it's a masterpiece essentially. Here you've got the center console all in composite carbon here, and just looks beautiful in comparison to what you would expect on a vehicle like this, the standard Huracan. And then you've got the various controls, but just this kind of fighter pilot style setup with the on and off, the start button under this control. Just a piece of genius work here. Now there's no issues inside the dashboard in terms of airbags deployed or anything like that, so everything here is intact and in great condition. Let's hear what this car sounds like when it starts up. Dashboard, you've got your instrument level, all electronic here, which looks fantastic. And of course the dashboard is just a piece of art. It just looks fantastic, it looks the business. Okay, so the position of the car here, the driver's position is fantastic. It really holds you well, as you would expect from a car of this caliber. The dashboard and the instrumentation is really clear, and all the controls, including the paddles, are really easy for me to get to. So in terms of performance car, whoever buys this car is in for a real treat, because this car, like I said, it's a dream to sit in. It must be fantastic to drive, and yeah, it's a really sorted car in terms of its equipment. So whoever wins this car are going to get themselves a real good treat, and for a fraction of the cost it will be to buy this car in ready state. So hopefully you've seen enough information about this car so that you can make a decision as to whether you're going to bid or not. This car is already stimulating a lot of interest and will be up on Copart's auction on the 15th. And like I said, take it from me, this car is a really good example of the performante, and the damage, as you can see, is very clear what needs to be done. So hopefully that will give you enough information for you to make an informed decision. But in terms of a fantastic piece of equipment available at a fraction of the cost, this is a bargain. So hopefully you'll have enough that you need to bid on this wonderful piece of Italian art. So as I mentioned in that video, that auction comes up next Thursday, so that's the 15th of October. So make sure you put that into your diaries, because that car is going to generate some interest, as it already is. And I want to thank the team at Copart Newbury for allowing me to film that vehicle, and Copart in general for the hospitality and putting the car in the right position so we can get those good shots for you to have enjoyed. Okay, so what's coming up on the channel? Well, next Monday we begin our new project, and this project is slightly different to the norm in the sense that it's a challenge project. We've been given a budget, and in that budget we've got to produce a vehicle in the normal way, repair it, etc. But it's slightly different in the sense that we also got to kit this vehicle out for the line of work that the person needs. So it's not only going to be a repair, but it's also going to be a kit out video, and you'll be along to see that journey. So I'm looking forward to kicking that project off next week. Should be a good one actually. It's definitely different than the norm. So in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe down here and click on that notification bell so that you're notified every time we release a new video. And if you enjoyed this content, give us a thumbs up as well, because that also helps us in terms of interesting content and allowing people to find this content. Great, good. Well, enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and we will see you on Monday.